The Ouija board, also known as a spirit board or talking board, is a classic and enduring tool in the realm of the paranormal. It is often used by those seeking to communicate with spirits or explore the unknown. This guide provides an in-depth look at the Ouija board, its setup, how to use it, and the precautions one should take. Setup and equipment. The board. The Ouija board is a flat, typically rectangular board inscribed with the letters of the alphabet, numbers 0 to 9, and the words yes, no, and goodbye. Boards can be made of wood, cardboard, or other materials, and their design may vary from simple to ornate. The planchette. The planchette is a small, heart-shaped piece of wood or plastic. It often has a clear window or a pointer that glides across the board's surface, supposedly under the influence of the spirits being contacted. How to play. Preparation. Choose a quiet, dimly lit room to create a focused and mysterious atmosphere. Candles or subdued lighting can enhance the ambience. Ensure the area is free from distractions, and all participants are comfortable and relaxed. Place the Ouija board on a flat surface within easy reach of all participants. It's best if the board is stable to avoid unintentional movements. Starting the session. Participants should sit around the board and lightly place their fingertips on the planchette. It's important to maintain a light touch to allow the planchette to move freely. Designate one person to act as the primary questioner, who will lead the session and ask the questions. Begin with a polite greeting, such as "Is anyone there?" or "Can we speak with a spirit?" Asking questions. Start with simple and straightforward questions, like "What is your name?" or "How old are you?" As the session progresses, you can ask more specific or complex questions. It's crucial to remain respectful and patient. Observe the planchette as it moves in response to the questions. It may move slowly at first, pointing to letters on the board to spell out answers or moving to yes or no. Interpreting responses. Pay close attention to the planchette's movements. It might spell out coherent words or phrases, or it might move in a way that seems random. Sometimes the responses can be unclear or confusing. In such cases, ask follow-up questions for clarification. The experience can be subjective, and different participants might interpret the movements differently. It's important to discuss and agree on the interpretations collectively. Ending the session. Always thank the spirit for communicating and ask if they have any final messages. Move the planchette to goodbye to properly close the session. This step is crucial to prevent any lingering connections to the spirit world. Some practitioners recommend closing the session with a verbal statement, such as "We now close this session and bid farewell." Warnings and precautions. Respect the board. Treat the Ouija board with respect and seriousness. Disrespectful behavior is believed to provoke negative or deceitful spirits. Never play alone. It is generally advised not to use the Ouija board alone. Having multiple participants provides support and ensures a more balanced experience. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries before starting. For example, make it clear that only benevolent spirits are welcome and that malevolent entities are not allowed to communicate. Stay calm and rational. If the planchette moves unexpectedly or if you receive disturbing messages, remain calm. Remember that the experience can be influenced by the participants. Subconscious minds. End properly. Always move the planchette to goodbye to close the session and avoid leaving any portal to the spirit world open. This step helps to ensure that no lingering energies remain. The experience. Using the Ouija board can be a thrilling and unnerving experience. Participants often report a range of emotions, from excitement and curiosity to fear and anxiety. The planchette's movements can feel unexplainable, adding to the sense of mystery and suspense. Belief and skepticism. For believers, the Ouija board is a powerful tool for contacting the spirit world and gaining insight from beyond. Skeptics often attribute the movements of the planchette to the ideomotor effect, where subconscious movements guide the planchette without the participants being aware. Common experiences. Some sessions might produce clear and coherent messages, leading to a profound sense of connection with the spirit world. Other sessions might be less clear, with the planchette moving in ways that are difficult to interpret. Psychological impact. The experience of using a Ouija board can have a significant psychological impact. It can be a source of intrigue and fascination, as well as fear and anxiety. It is important to approach the Ouija board with an open mind and to be prepared for a range of outcomes. In conclusion, the Ouija board remains a popular and enduring tool for exploring the unknown and attempting to communicate with spirits. Whether you approach it as a genuine paranormal device or a fascinating psychological experiment, it offers a unique and memorable experience. Always remember to use it responsibly and respectfully. Here are some real incident for playing Ouija board. Real incident 1, the Enfield poltergeist. One of the most famous cases involving the use of a Ouija board is the Enfield poltergeist, which took place in Enfield, London, in the late 1970s. This incident gained significant media attention and has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and even a movie. Background. In 1977, single mother Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children began experiencing strange occurrences in their home. It started with furniture moving on its own, knocking sounds, and objects being thrown across rooms. The activity seemed to center around the 2 youngest daughters, Janet and Margaret. The incident. Use of the Ouija board. According to reports, the Hodgson family had used a Ouija board shortly before the poltergeist activity began. This led many to believe that the board had opened a portal to the spirit world, allowing a malevolent entity to enter their home. Paranormal phenomena. The phenomena escalated, with witnesses, including police officers, reporting seeing furniture move without explanation. Janet, the 11-year-old daughter, was said to have been levitated and thrown across the room by an unseen force. Investigation. The case was investigated by Maurice Gross and Guy Leon Playfair from the Society for Psychical Research. They documented over 1,500 incidents of paranormal activity, including eerie voices that seemed to emanate from Janet. Skepticism and controversy. While some believed the events were genuine, others accused the family of hoaxing the phenomena for attention. However, the sheer number of witnesses and the consistency of the reports lent some credibility to the case. Outcome. The Enfield poltergeist remains one of the most well-documented cases of poltergeist activity, with many attributing the disturbances to the use of the Ouija board. Whether or not the board was the direct cause, the case continues to fascinate and terrify those interested in the paranormal. Incident 2, the Patience Worth case. Another intriguing case involving the Ouija board is the story of Patience Worth, a purported spirit who communicated through the board in the early 20th century. This case is notable for the literary works produced through the Ouija board sessions. Background. In 1913, Pearl Curran, a St. Louis housewife, began using a Ouija board with her friend Emily Hutchings. Neither of them expected what would happen next. The incident. First contact. During one of their sessions, the planchette began to spell out messages from a spirit named Patience Worth, who claimed to have lived in the 17th century. Literary output. Over the next 2 decades, Patience Worth, through Pearl Curran, produced an astonishing amount of literary work, including novels, poetry, and plays. The content was rich in historical detail and written in a style consistent with the claimed time period of Patience's life. Verification. Scholars and critics were amazed by the depth and quality of the works. Some suggested that Pearl Curran, despite her lack of formal education, had an innate literary talent, while others believed that the Ouija board had indeed facilitated communication with a long-dead spirit. Skepticism and belief. Skeptics' view. Some skeptics argued that Pearl Curran's subconscious mind was the true source of the writings, accessing a level of creativity and knowledge she was not consciously aware of. Believers' view. Many believers were convinced that the writings were too sophisticated and historically accurate to be the product of Pearl's mind alone, pointing to the Ouija board as a legitimate means of spirit communication. Outcome. The Patience Worth case remains one of the most compelling and mysterious examples of Ouija board use. The literary works attributed to Patience continue to be studied and admired, with the case often cited in discussions about the potential of the Ouija board to facilitate genuine spirit communication. Both of these incidents highlight the enduring mystery and controversy surrounding the Ouija board. Whether viewed as a conduit for the supernatural or a tool for unlocking the subconscious, these stories continue to captivate and intrigue.